One of the things that I forgot to do was to enter the lines below here. And so you'll notice that if we hit the enter line, the bottom border continues to move down, and we don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the border to none. We're going to hit the return button twice. Go ahead and put your insertion point again in the heading. Address, we're going to go ahead and add that bottom border again, and then we're going to go ahead and resave. Now, one thing that I want to show you all is how to open up this letterhead as a template. One reason that you may want to do that is you might want to use your letterhead for invoices and other things. You may want to send it out to different areas within your company to use, or where I always make a mistake is sometimes I will have these great intentions. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to make a change in this document and I'll just save it as a new document, and then I accidentally hit save instead of save as, and I don't change the name, and then I've lost everything that I did before. So long story short, I'm going to show you how to open this up as a template or a copy. So we're going to close out of that. You're going to come up here in your menu bar, make sure you're still in Word, and you're going to go to File, Open. And we're going to come down here, and where it says Original, we want to change that to Copy. And then we're going to pick the file that we want to open, the W3-P. Go ahead and hit Open. You'll notice that it changes it to a document number and not the W3-P. So no matter how I save this, it's going to always prompt me to rename it. And so that is very, very helpful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and left align these paragraph markings. The business letter we're going to write for this particular practice exercise is going to be a modified block style letter. So that means we're going to have to set a tab stop for our date line and for our signature line to be tabbed over. One of the things that we want to do is go ahead and set, modify our quick style here that we're going to use. And we want to make sure that this is the Calibri, and we want to change it to 11. And leave it single spaced and all of that. So we're going to hit OK. And now that has changed that there. So that way we make sure that that's all correct. Alright, so let's go ahead and enter in our tab stop. Remember, we can find our different tab stops right up here. We're going to stick with the left. And instead of at the 3.5, I want to go ahead and set this tab stop at 4. Okay, so anywhere between 4 and 3.5. So today we're going to do 4. We're going to tab over. Make sure there's a space between the heading, address, and the date line. Now you can type in the date, or we can come up here and go to Insert on the menu bar, Date and Time, and we pick the format that we want to use. And notice that it automatically puts that in at that Calibri. And you can also have it update when it opens automatically, which is kind of nice sometimes too. So we're going to enter twice. We're going to go ahead and enter in the information to the gentleman that we're going to be sending this to. And we're going to be sending this to Mr. Harvey Wilcox, and his business name is Wilcox Tractor Restorations. And that's at 3009 North. And remember, we don't abbreviate. 2850 East Road. And that's in Roundwood, Oklahoma, 74519. Enter twice, and we're going to type in Dear Mr. Wilcox, for our salutation. One other thing that I want to show you before we begin typing the rest of this letter is how to enter in an auto text entry. And when I say auto text entry, this means we're going to be using this gentleman's business name multiple times. So we're going to highlight Wilcox Tractor Restorations, and we're going to come up here to Tools on the menu bar, go to Autocorrect. Now before we've used autocorrect for something like if we always misspell something, that it will automatically replace it. But here we're going to do auto text, and we want to use the auto text WILC. Okay, and every time that we type in WILC, it will type in the words for us automatically, Wilcox Tractor Restorations. So once you have that set up, I want you to save this one, and I want to save this one as W3-P letter, because we're actually going to type the letter on this one. So you'll have two different files.